So bring it on, fresh, fervent, fevered, how it always was and how it always will be. Feel it, this is where it starts. Whatever your ambitions, a good beginning is the perfect way to get things underway.
And please welcome our lads to the field.
Colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it.
And this is now today's lineup.
In a system like this, Peter, the winger-fullback combinations can be absolutely crucial.
Yeah, and no doubt you could expand on that for us, Jim.
Well, there's just so many potential options and movements, overlapping, underlapping, wingers vacating spaces to be occupied by fullbacks, coming inside, creating overloads down the middle on either flank. You get those right and this can be a very effective system.
A tried and tested formula.
And believe it or not, Peter, we even did that back in my day.
And as you can see, we've already started here. Messi knocks it into space. Now it's Griezmann. David Villa. And that was nowhere near his best. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Well, Clement Longley, for me, is about the perfect example of a centre-back who can play out from defence. His composure on the ball, as well as his pass completion rates, have always been very impressive. And he's got an efficiency about his game for me.
I wonder whether that has anything to do with you being a defender once upon a time, Jim. Barrios. Tries to play it through. Griezmann will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Gonzalez. Neither of the teams has yet taken the initiative. Looking for options for movement. Oh, cracking ball.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Now it's Alvarez. And he's managed to get free. Araujo. Now it's Griezmann. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Well, there's the clip. Oh, that is asking for trouble. David Villa! Oh, it's hit the post. Still goalless at the moment. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Barrios. That's a sharp pass. Can he get it through? And that has found him in acres of space. Oh, that's fabulous. It's a goal kick. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Great vision. Lovely ball. Great chance! Goal! The breakthrough strike!
Well, I think it's pretty obvious, Peter, that this emphasises the importance of having willing runners who want to go behind that defence. One good ball, and they're in.
Number 9.
So we have the first goal.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
Vinicius Junior quietly revving up. Looks a smashing ball. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
He is through here. Alaba did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Now, can they get him away? And the counter is on. Jimenez. And it's Baina. Gets a good foot in there. Can he get on the end of this? Gonzalez. And Baina engages and forces him off the ball. Well, that is one way to stop him. And he's intervened well there.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
Looking for a runner. Molina gets across to intercept that. Alvarez. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. It's a pretty loose pass. Baina. Barrios. Looking to play him in. Griezmann. There's the header! Really well taken goal. Two to the good, and they are purring. Absolutely purring. Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
So that's two now. And he shoots! Yes! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball, and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down, but they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
And that is going to be the final action of the first half. But I don't think many people saw this coming ahead of kick-off.
It's an eye-catching scoreline, but it's a fair reflection on what we've just seen in this first half, Peter. Now they just need to make sure they retain their focus until the very end. No slip-ups.
It really has been an astonishing game, peppered with goals. You cannot help feeling that the second half will supply more. There's the start of the second half. He's looking wide. Gonzalez, he's picked his way through. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Knocks it out wide. In by Vinicius Junior.
Yeah, I think if that can be repeated, there's a good chance of a goal.
He's a sharp little ball here. Well, that looks a decent ball. Oh, well cut out. No margin for error there at all. Barrios. He's had a shot! Oh, taken with style. Comfort, yet more comfort, easing away. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here. Shifted it to the flank. Gonzalez gets into some space. Oh, sweet feet. He has found the way through. And the shot! He has done it! The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here. A warm ovation on his way off, and that is the least he deserves.
I think he's put in a good shift, and their fans appreciate that. I think he can feel pretty happy with the contribution he's made.
Well, they have a goal, but it is surely too much to hope for a comeback. And that has left him in a heap. Biner. Lobbed in behind. Oh, nicely intercepted. Now it's Alvarez.
That's good play from him.
Now it's Biner. Oh, he's bustling through here. Shapes to shoot. Oh, some tackle that. And that has been cleared. And that's chance for a shot. Ball's over the line, and it is a corner.
Substitution on the field, number 7.
So there's going to be another change here. Bellingham being applauded off here, having made a sizable contribution.
Look, you can only give your all, and he's delivered in that regard, and I think the manager has probably just spotted now a little tiredness creeping in, and, you know, if that's the...
Just the goalkeeper's a real chance! It's there! And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
After 64 minutes.
Well, it's an inspired substitution. Terrific move by the boss.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
It's become a case of men against boys. And it's Barrios. And that pass just didn't quite work. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
And this tries a shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. And he seemed certain to get the sixth.
Look, we've all been there. Not that it'll make him feel much better at the moment.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. Araujo threads one in. Now it's Villa. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
There's the shot! And it's in! And it adds further to a heavily one-sided scoreline. This is getting punishing.
Well, I think we've reached the point when even damage limitations is no longer an option.
Number 13,
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches. Things looking so easy, almost too easy here.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Number 15, Country.
Kubasi.
Number 14.
It's a searching pass. Floated through. He's found a way through. Oh, shooting chance! He's got a goal! And this is getting ridiculous, borderline crazy.
Well, it's a goal fest, and the fact it's so one-sided now is getting scary.
Number 25.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Now it's Alvarez. Rudiger does really well to win the ball there. Now it's Simeone. Pablo Barrios. He shoots! No, that's just wide.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Aimed beyond the defence. On the through ball. Nice interception, well timed. Spread it left. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Has a shot! Oh, that is outstanding! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! And the chasm continues to widen. A brutal statement that underpins where these teams are at.
Some of those players look totally lost out there now, Peter, and you can't blame them.
Luka Modric.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Always onto this. Oh no, that was never going to make it. That's gone for a throw-in. Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. Can he latch on to this? Oh, good take in a good area. Modric!
A moment to try and place the cherry on the cake.
Well, we expected better, and so did he. And now a sudden chance to counter.
Has been indicated.
Well, the less said about that pass, the better. Rudiger, nicely shaped ball.
This is the time you need that pace.
Guardiola kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Now he's got space here. Longley tries to clear. Biner played out towards the right wing. And we're done. So a real showpiece win. This lot was simply far too clever for their opponents, and despite their best endeavours, it has ended in an easy win. David Villa picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
I think we just saw a team winning by playing to their strengths. There was a clear picture of what they set out to do, and the players were determined to deliver it,
And a quick
and they
announcement
did.
today that memorabilia from today's match
That's
is
where we
now
have to
on
end it
sale
from
in-
me.
Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter. Hi, everyone. The excitement has really picked up now, and I'm eager for the action to start.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set.
Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Well, the versatility of Nico Williams has been hugely impressive. I think, Peter, he's just as good on either side of the pitch, and he has a footballing brain that seems to allow him to work things out with ease. And I think it's been suggested at times that he could play further up the pitch, but I think as a fullback, having the space to run into, I think to take away that from his game would be criminal.
I think the opposition defence agree too. He's going to be the source of so many of their headaches. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. It does seem to be a 4-3-3, Jim.
Yeah, Peter, you can look at this formation 1 minute and think that it is 4-3-3, and the next time you check it'll be 4-5-1, and it's all to do with whether you've got the ball or not, and the wider attacking players being asked to apply defensive discipline too. When it does turn to a 5 across midfield, then the shape of this team takes on a much tidier, compact defensive.
Messi! Good first touch and almost as good a second.
Oh, the technical control was exquisite. The pummeled attempt was exasperating.
That's been cut out, well played.
Now it's Williams. Opts for safety. Laporte going vertical. Short changes him with that pass.
Quality ball.
And it's Alaba. Gorosabal did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. No, that's been intercepted.
Vinicius Junior. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges? Big chance! It's in! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
El dorsal 7.
So we have the first goal.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
And it's Bellingham.
Vinicius Junior, and the shot!
It's a loose ball. Guardiola.
He's tried one! Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome.
Guardiola just can't be faulted for taking on the opportunity. That sort of distance is usually up his street.
And we have our very first corner.
Here's the header! That's a half-decent try. Bilbao deciding to turn to the long ball now. That is pretty evident.
Yeah, it is clear that they've decided to take a more direct route to goal now, but, you know, they can't just continue doing this and make it predictable. And importantly, they've got to look to win the second ball. If they do that, they should get right up the pitch.
Yeah, he really should. Lovely pass, but can he get there?
He's picked his way through. David Villa! He will be livid with himself. Sunset. Yuri. Threads one in. Yuri got a long way forward to join the attack. Gomez looks to get on the end of this. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them.
And the shots! They've scored! And this is getting better and better. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce and they were clinical when the opportunity presented itself.
So that's two now without reply.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
Araujo receives it in a wide position. He's on it, and the shot! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Looking for the run.
Tries a shot! Just cruising! They are cruising! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye.
A momentary lapse exploited with glee.
Oh, how can they be so careless, Peter? It's too casual. They were never going to get away with that kind of sloppiness.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look...
It's Griezmann!
Now, how often do you see that?
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Tries to play it through. He's through here.
And the finish! He scores! And they're at it again in double quick time.
Well, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Well, Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Oh, that's fabulous. It's a goal kick.
That's positional goal, the utilisation of space.
Corner it is. And he's taking no chances there. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. No foul, says the referee. Good ball, good take.
Such good technique.
He's shifting through the gears here.
He's had a shot!
This possibly the last play of the half. Climbs up big! And there's the end of the first half. Who would have seen this? By any yardstick, it is pretty much ideal for them.
Well, for me, it's a lead that's thoroughly deserved, Peter. They've been quicker to pretty much everything so far. The only thing you've got to wonder is, how taxing is this for the players? How long can they keep it up for? Are we going to see a fade in this second half?
And we are back on the way. It's a promising position, and he's got his cross in.
Yeah, I think if that can be repeated, there's a good chance of a goal.
David Villa. Shapes to shoot! So, third corner of the game.
Header comes in!
And that's past the post.
Araujo clearly was a little selfish there, but I don't think it was a bad attempt.
Kubasi. Well, that looks a decent ball. Araujo. He's in a great position here.
Chance for a shot!
He's scored! And it is becoming almost too painful to watch. Where to next?
Well, this is turning into a real hammering now, Peter. They're demoralised.
El dorsal 11. Villa.
It's become a case of men against boys. Williams. Time and again they are repelled. He's being urged to shoot. Araujo. Jauregui is alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. That's good pressure, good intensity.
Well, this defence now knows that they have to reduce his movement because they've allowed him...
And the keeper's given it away. Not the most accurate pass.
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
And that's aimed into the middle. Nice and easy for the goalkeeper. Bellingham cuts out the pass. Quarter of an hour into the second half. Looking for a runner. It's out for a goal kick. So time for change. And this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Cambio de jugadores.
Sunset. This interception, his positioning was spot on. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Now it's Mbappe. Always real chance! It's loose now and they want to get it back. That's a sharp pass. Sunset. And the counter is on. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending and they got away with it.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Shot! Oh, taken with style!
Oh, I think it's been called offside. Yes, it has.
Well, obviously some sections of the crowd would disagree, but that was the right decision, albeit a late one.
A moment's uncertainty there, but it is the right call. So there's going to be another change here. Bellingham is being withdrawn here, but he's certainly made his mark.
Yeah, he'll get a good ovation for his contribution. I'm not so sure why he's leaving us, though. There's no obvious sign of injury or fatigue.
And it's Modric. David Villa has his eye on that match ball. Well, I think he's... Chance! Sunset. Now Nico Williams. Now he's got space here. Well read, and the danger is averted. Ruiz de Galarreta has a look and plays it forward. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing.
Can he finish? No mistake! And this is getting ridiculous, borderline crazy.
Goal.
I can see some heads dropping here now, Peter. I see things getting even worse out there if they're not careful.
Time for a change in personnel.
Well, you have to feel a little for the player being taken off here. I think he's been made the scapegoat after that, but I guess something had to be done. I suppose it did need a little change.
Iñaki Williams. Great vision. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Villa. Oh, that's superb. Goes for a shot!
It's anyone's ball now. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary.
Niceties are not part of this approach. This is actually quite aggressive.
Aimed beyond the defence.
Great chance!
They want to be quick to recover this.
This time, surely!
That, Peter, is wonderful reading of the game. Perfect positioning. Well played.
Knocks it into space.
And there's green grass ahead of him. Gomez gets into a good position. Delivers.
Oh, smashing header!
And he steered it beyond the post.
I can't quite believe he's missed that, Peter.
And he's being shifted off it. Now it's Villa. Played with finesse. Nico Williams. Oh, there's a probing ball. Looking for options for movement. Robert Navarro. It's a really well-measured ball. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. That a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. There could be trouble here. But for now, the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough.
Habrá 5 minutos de descuento.
Not too much more here than seeing out time, and time is very nearly seen out. Now it's Villa. Played out to the right. Now it's Williams. Out to the right. Now it's Williams. That's an untidy challenge. Free kick given. And he's going to have his name taken.
Well, what goes through a player's head at times like that is a mystery to me.
Over to the left. Nico Williams could try cutting inside here. Araujo. And the referee brings it to a close. So a real showpiece win. This lot was simply far too clever for their opponents, and despite their best endeavours, it has ended in an easy win. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the letter, it would seem. Everything working very nicely.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom, and to wish you all a very... Well, this is just joyous. The perfect backdrop as both sides look to clear the first hurdle. Supporters here in terrific numbers. So will they be going back happy at the end of 90 minutes? Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. There's the whistle, and here we go. Well, now here is a young man who really does seem to have the whole world at his feet. Lamine Yamal, a player of barely matched potential and indeed of barely matched expectation.
And the inevitable comparisons that go along with that, Peter.
And are those comparisons justified?
Well, from what I've seen of him so far, very much so. There's pace and great technique, but the most outstanding quality about him is his maturity, especially when it comes to making the right decisions. That's what sets him apart, for me anyway.
Tries to play it through. Griezmann gets into a good position. Now the delivery. Now it's Lewandowski. Now it's Yamal. Yamal. Good, strong midfield running here.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
And he's had it nicked away. Fair to say, I think a cautious start from both teams. Threads one in. Raul.
He's having a shot!
Oh, no shortage of confidence there.
Raul can really show some outlandish skills, which is always welcome and obviously refreshing.
Madrid with the corner, there first. Tries to get it clear. Barcelona have the chance.
And he's had a hit! Just sails past the upright.
He's not happy, and you'd expect that, but at least there's plenty of appreciation for what was a genuinely fine effort.
Now he's got space here, and it's been played through. Oh, that's fabulous.
Takes a shot!
And that was very necessary.
That, Peter, is wonderful reading of the game. Perfect positioning. Well played.
Bellingham. And he cuts out the supply. And he's gone looking for safety. That's been cut out, well played. Barcelona, so far, providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Bellingham. Rudiger makes the interception. Alaba tries to pass it through. Oh, he's found support out wide. Camavinga is there, and he can get that clear. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Well, they're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. He's picked his way through, flashes it across, and it's safely in the keeper's hands. That's a smartly directed ball. Nicely weighted ball. Yamal gets into some space, and he welcomes it in. Araujo with the clearance. Vinicius Junior. Now there's a fine ball. Lewandowski.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Can he get it through? Yamal. Bayer claims comfortable. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Looking to play him in. Oh, well played. He's taken that really cleanly. Nicely spread. No, not quite on the same wavelength. It's come to nothing. Messi is there, and he can get that clear. He's a sharp little ball here. How Kubasi gets rid without sophistication. Hazard with the delivery.
Well, that has caused disappointment to some, unsurprisingly, and disgust to others. What a waste.
Another throw-in. Looking for options for movement. And this is Hazard. Chance to deliver. And it's claimed by the keeper. Araujo, pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. And that is masterful defending. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance. Bellingham! It's a loose ball. Oh, he's been caught on it here. And that's going up front in a hurry. Into stoppage time, very little left on it. Vinicius Junior in acres of space out wide. Finds himself unceremoniously floored. And we've reached half-time. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, there's no way to disguise the fact that they've been poor. Not a single shot on goal tells you all you need to know, Peter. Everything seems a little hurried to me, a little rushed, panicked even at times.
An intriguing half, lacking only in goals. The score 0-0. That gets things going for the second half.
Barcelona really are going to need to improve in a hurry if they don't want to fall behind here. Upping the intensity and the tempo will be their starting point.
Hangs in a cross. Cleared away. Possession football, Jim, we're seeing plenty of it. What is it, though, that really makes it work?
Well, for me, what makes it work is the fact that everyone in this team has the courage to...
It's a mighty effort! And that's caused a worry or two.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
And it's Alaba. Raul. Looking for the run. Lewandowski. Barcelona needed that. They really needed it.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
And he's there to belt it away.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Tries to get it clear. Yamal swings it across. Has a shot! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
This is why he's so highly regarded. Absolutely fantastic.
It's their second corner of the game. Keeper's dealt with that. Hazard with... Oh, smashing header! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Oh, that's a key interception. Now, can they get him away? And he's there to retrieve it. Lewandowski. And he gets rid in a hurry. It is still anyone's game, 0-0. Great vision. Now it's Yamal.
Se va a llevar a cabo un cambio de jugadores.
Knocks it into space. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Couldn't squeeze it through. Howson is the guilty party there. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is.
Cambio de jugadores.
Deftly away. Now here's the delivery. And it's hoisted. Shot at goal! Valverde tries to clear. Barcelona have, after this, one further opportunity to make a substitution. Now that looks a decent ball. Can he get onto this? Hazard. That's a nicely weighted pass. A poorly directed kick from the keeper. He's given it away. It's played through for him. Oh, look at the space. Great chance! There's a goal! That could turn out to be a huge, huge goal!
What a time to take the lead. But now comes the dilemma of whether you want to hold on or go for it again and try and extend your advantage. That's always been the harder option, in my experience.
Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
What about the pass, Peter? It was played so intelligently and he picked out the perfect target.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Can he finish? And the lead stays intact, just.
Well, that's the response the crowd were looking for, Peter, and it's applause all round us here.
Corner number 3 coming up.
And he's taking no chances there. And now they can spring out of defence. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. Oh, that is a nice touch. Benzema's delivery. Another chance from a corner. Barcelona have their second corner now. Oh, this looks sharp.
Barcelona surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Yamal, there's the shot! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And he gets rid in a hurry. And the pass is intercepted. Aims beyond the defence.
That's good play from him.
Hazard with the delivery. Cleared away.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Neymar.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
He's shifting through the gears here. Real chance! It's a goal! A 2-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
Barcelona could not have picked a better time to snatch a 2-goal lead. And a chance! They've got to be quick to recover this. Oh, he's been... And again! And that is certainly not what he had in mind. Can he get on the end of this?
Might want to be careful there.
Valverde. Now it's Raul. Mbappe. Benzema.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
The ball has bounced loose now. Now, can they get him away? Benzema's delivery. Terrific header! It's and the keeper couldn't hold it. Opts to play it back. It's Neymar! Now it's Mbappe. That's really well cleared. And that is as far as it goes. Barcelona have done it. The perfect outcome in this most pressured of games. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Barcelona can be really happy with this. I saw it as one of these defining games for them, and they showed real character to get the job done. A big statement for anyone who might be up next.
And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening to one and all.